So, I'm supposed to find the captain at the Nord village. Well, going to the Nords was sort of what I wanted to do with this Let's Play anyway, wasn't it? So, let's head outside and then north. Although first, I think I'm going to pop into the cult shrine because I picked up a quest actually, sort of off camera before I started recording. I talked to this guy, Jolene, who talks about Marisa because, he's been telling me about the important cult matter of Marisa, who went to preach to the local savage Nords and to do missionary work. But Marisa never returned, apparently. And Jolene is worried that something terrible has happened to her, so I have agreed to at least try and look into it. What else? Oh yes, there's also a lady... Is it this one? Who's actually very busy. Very busy,
Move along?
with the moon sugar investigation, apparently. And, yeah. Over the past couple of months, several people across Solstheim have been poisoned with moon sugar. Someone's been slipping it into their food and wine. They experience temporary euphoria and then complete exhaustion. And I've been charged with finding the culprit and bringing him to justice. Recently, our own cult priest Jolene was poisoned, the guy I just talked to actually. I guess he recovered though. But it's now official at an imperial manor. Because if it were just the locals, the Empire couldn't be bothered. No, really. And is that what you want to tell me if you want me to help? But now one of our own has been affected, and our cult priest was stricken with moon sugar before after drinking some wine. I don't have the manpower to deal with this problem, but my superiors are getting impatient. He wants the culprit dead. My superiors, he? There are one or several superiors, but anyway, I know you're not a member of the Imperial Legion, but I'd like to hire you to help in the investigation. I'll make it worth your while. I'll help investigate. It's simple, really. I want you to kill the man responsible for the moon sugar poisonings. Investigation and assassination are not the same thing. You are aware of that. It was a man wearing, oddly enough, a unique white cloven fur helm. Bring me this white helm, I'll know the deed is done. Now go speak with Jolene at the cult shrine before you depart. Me and may have some more information. I guess I should go back and chat a bit more with Jolene about this moon sugar investigation. Yeah, I too was stricken with moon sugar euphoria. It was just last week, after a cult service. I sat down to some wine and moments later realized something was wrong. I am a law-abiding man, Philovita, and have never experienced anything so free in all my life. The laughing, the dancing, it was horrible. And then as I drifted off I saw him, a strange man, old and frail, certainly no Nord, wearing a white Colovian fur helm. But even stranger was his silly song. A silly song? It's rather embarrassing, really. I mean, I was deeply affected by the moon sugar, and I'm not even sure I can trust my own recollections, but, well, I heard singing. It was a very strange tune, more like a nursery rhyme, something you'd sing to a child, maybe. I only caught a little of it, something about a workshop in the snow, and lanterns all aglow, and I remember something about candy. Oh yeah, and there were lots of hee-hee-hees and ha-ha-hos. I know, it's all so absurd. Right. Well,
Pleasure.
so I picked up two other quests essentially. Find out what happened to Marisa and investigate moon sugar poisonings. On my way north I'm also going to talk to this guy, Reinhardt Redspear, who will warn me about bears. some of them pretty nasty, even diseased. Werewolves, some travel in packs, some diseased. Berserkers, bearsarks in the Nord tongue, he says, because of their insistence on going bare-chested, even the most severe blizzard. They're crazy as they come, friend, and care only for savagery and murder. Just said they're so attracted to death they make their homes in some Solstime's burial barrows. I've also heard a rumour of some kind of berserker mother, but no one has ever seen her and lived to tell about it. So, yeah, berserkers are bearsarks, or bare-chested, well, that's the explanation we get here anyway. And these freeze hags are mages dedicated to the teachings of Kine, the widow of the god Shor. Each is a powerful sorceress, skilled in the use of frost-based magicka. They're vicious lasses, and view most people as a threat to their beliefs. They've been seen out in the wild in a couple of ice caves. This looks like just a weird way to spell freeze, I guess? F-R-Y-S-E. It's... I recognise it though, because in my language it simply means that, freeze. Fryse in Norwegian. It's a verb though in Norwegian. So it means to freeze.
Be careful.
Have you heard about this Marisa girl, by the way?
There's more roaming about than just wolves and bears.
I'll be careful. Have you heard about Marisa? You say you saw the missionary near Thirsk, but I haven't been back to the mead hall in several weeks. Thirsk is the finest mead hall you'll ever visit, friend. Lies north of here, to the east of Lake Fjelding. If you reach the Skull village, you've gone too far. When you get there, see Ulvrun. She's in charge of the mead and will gladly sell you a flight northward. What can you tell me about the Skull anyway? They live in a village on the northeast end of Solstheim. The island's bears and wolves are sacred. Kind of an interesting name for the tribe, if you know Scandinavian or Norwegian, because skål, that's Norwegian for cheers. So it's the kind of thing you say when you're about to drink, I guess. Okay, someone's attacking me. Someone is coming from in there at me, thanks. They're all naked and chasing me. Berserkers, if you've ever heard of them. Or even if you haven't, they're still berserkers. Okay, calm down. Fortunately, a nice spell will slow him down. Stop him, basically. So the Skull village is up there, so that's where I'm headed. Don't crash, time to save. This part of the game is fairly notorious for crashing. There, exactly, it crashed. Okay, welcome back. The game crashed, as you can see. So, I've been fiddling around with the overhaul mod and all sorts of things, but I haven't been able to make it any more stable, I'm afraid. I have been able, as a side effect of my meddling, to I think for the first time be able to actually get the Morrowind code patch to work, which results, among other things, in fixing the calm spell bug that I exploited in the Gandrun caverns. So if I now cast my cheap calm spell on this guy, for example, you see, it just stops him for like half a second and he draws his weapon and charges me again. Which means I need a bit of a change of tactics. I'm going to do more like what I've done in my Oblivion Pacifist LP and use invisibility more. That's not nearly as magicka efficient. It costs 30 gold, and oh look at there, there's still some missing stuff, unfortunately. errors and stuff, I'm afraid. But it's not exactly game breaking. I think for now I'll try to just avoid those areas where there's too much error messages and too much stuff going on. And head north. I've done this before as well. Another unintended consequence of the meddling that I did was that it messed with the sound level to the point where I think I've recorded about an hour's worth of gaming that I couldn't use because essentially my voice was completely drowned out by the in-game sound. I just hotkeyed invisibility as my first spell now, since I'll be using that a lot more and other things a lot less. So this is all over again, I'm afraid, but in the service of you dear YouTubers, I will record it again. So Olvring, are you a Skull? Yes. You are not of the Skull. Speak with Thurston Heartfanging in the Great Hall. He is our leader and will deal with you. Right? The Great Hall. Where is the Great Hall? Right here. You can see the loading is a bit blurred now. That's the code patch working, or that's the overhaul working as it's supposed to, I think. And you are Thorsten, are you not? What do you want, stranger? The Skull wish you no harm, but you will mind your manners while you are within our walls. We'll make no exceptions. Now, what is it I hear about an attack on an Imperial fort? Those soldiers, they cut their trees and dig their holes and have little to show after a day's toil. They do not respect this land or its creatures, and for that I find them offensive. But though I have no love for them, the Skull would never do such a thing. We prefer never do such a thing as to kidnap Captain Carriers, I suppose. We prefer to let the Imperials kill themselves slowly. These creatures that attacked, these were not wolves of this island. Now, have you finished your business here? Not wolves of this island. Wolves are one of the most blessed of the Allmaker's creations. They are fast and agile, and they're careful and clever hunters. So, you believe in an Allmaker, do you? I do think I have more business here. You say you've brought the bones of one of our ancestors. Stupid Imperials, they need to learn to leave things as they are. Still, it is good that you returned this to the Skull. Perhaps there is hope for you and your kind. You're welcome here for the moment, but there is much to atone for. Okay, so I got rid of that skull, and even though he thinks it was stupid to carry it around, like me, really, Piers is still sort of grateful for it. He appreciates the gesture, I guess. So what do you mean there's a lot to atone for? The Imperials in their fort have brought nothing but harm to these lands. They cut the trees and dig the earth. They are wasteful, lazy, and careless. They have no comprehension of the oneness of the land. It is this oneness from which the Skull derive our strength, and the Imperials have defiled these lands. So you believe in a kind of oneness, apparently, of the land? What do you mean the Imperials have defiled these lands? I'm an Imperial. Through their carelessness, the Imperials have upset the natural order, the oneness of the land. This is their nature. It must be balanced once again. And the Allmaker appeased. I wish for you to make things right, Philovita. You will be the one to restore the power of the Skull. Okay, so it looks like you believe in a kind of balance of nature. That's a rather modern concept, frankly, but seems that's what these Nords believe in anyway.